Hello, my fellow anime watchers. We are back seeing a journey to the far reaches of the globe, reaching the pinnacle, the end of the season, having the last two episodes now thrust upon us, and their journey just only barely reaching their destination so far. Of course, the elephant in the room that has been lingering for 12 episodes, the fact that there's a mother lost in the ice somewhere. I'm guessing it is going to be addressed at some point, but whether or not it'll be left until the end is a question that I don't know if I want answered. Because no matter what form it takes, it's going to be challenging to watch. Heartbreaking, to say that nonetheless. But I need to see some snow and ice, considering that I am near melting. So strap yourselves in and grab a drink, so we can see a little bit more of what's going on in a place further than the universe. This is back at the school. Oh. No, not your grandmother. They are having me raising the question before watching the episode, and now having this thrust upon us immediately. I think I'm going to have to prepare myself for what is inevitable. Perfect. If they had done some witty, fun little beginning image, I think it might have been a bit, distasteful. True, the idea of please keep your eyes open while you're cutting hair. But the idea of crevices, if you will, the dangers that they face out here, and actually raising it here, is that something that we have to be aware of? Ba. Am I just dumb? Is that how you spell Barber? I don't know. Well, getting into the hole in the ozone, which is repairing itself. It is good seeing the kind of civilian trip here, providing and doing vital scientific research. Yeah, it's been a big reveal to her, considering she spent years trying to get to this place and now it's within reach. Does she want to hear? Does she want to know? I don't think that's beer, but close enough. Where did she pull those from? Should they be drinking while doing their regular tasks? The small talk is going strong. Considering what we saw before with, should I say, stepping up for her friend. Now we're getting that repayment, although very difficult subject to broach. You ask her? She is the kind of emotional cornerstone of this team. Not being able to process anything is a natural kind of reaction to things. Once the shock comes down, she have to process it, but it's what will push her over the edge. Does she feel bad that she's now thinking more about where she is than thinking about her mother and why the grand adventure started? That was the original intent. But as she got closer, has it changed? I mean, if you don't have someone really bringing the attention to the forefront, will it ever be addressed? Like, I try to avoid difficult conversations unless there's no other recourse. And when you're forced to deal with it, it's the most cathartic. Jesus. The fact that she had no full closure or anything, no confirmation, then yes, the worry about the status quo, what if anything will change, and if it does, will it be for the better? Use it. Not the marshmallows. As a gift from my workplace, I got a portable marshmallow burner with marshmallows. That was quite fun, playing with fire. And I do like that, along with the captain and whatnot, she is a reoccurring character here, pushing them and helping them out. Even if her own teammates aren't exactly the most reliable. How could you not be after you've been stranded on a remote place like this? But going from not having anyone that you could even be close to having friends to having good friends. I think you know what, because they are both dealing with the same thing here. Different reasons. One's familial, one is, a good friend, but also having to make the call to turn back. But that would be nothing but really platitudes, yeah. What she wanted was to see the stars. And now she's here. Is her resolve wavering? You know, I think if they both had that thought, might make it easier to swallow. Million yen. Compartmentalizing everything, what it would take. And how she got here. How much does traffic surveys get you? If I broke out how all of my income was gained like this, if more people did it, they may not overspend if you start actually looking at it in a proper face value kind of thing. For hand drawn, it's not half bad. They captured them all pretty well, but even in a drawing, she's a little detached. We have a tag along, a straggler, if you will. So if she hadn't have been part of that expedition, would it have to change the sign? One of this might seem out of nowhere, but one of the old PS2 games that I really enjoyed was The Thing, which took place out here in the snow, just with aliens and horror elements. And I don't know why I just got reminded of it, looking out into the landscape. But the idea of that there are, much like Mount Everest, there are corpses that can never be retrieved, is kind of terrifying in a way. I mean, you don't really want it to go Mach 10. Well, she's managed to keep her balance pretty well. They're gonna have to, yep, time to get out on foot. Away from the joy, the moderate warmth of the old base. Huh? Yep, you can use a banana to hammer in a nail. She's she's being given the hmm. This is, yeah, okay, fair enough. Good practice. Good good practice, good setting in the rules to keep everyone safe. Learning from past mistakes. Let's hope no one has a reason to ignore that. it's something that would be incredibly rare for anyone to witness. Jesus. That's a nice way of putting it, I guess. Keep things grounded and realistic while also avoiding the harsh nature. Yeah, just make sure the doors are closed, the heating is on. And how is she feeling, considering it is, living through a blizzard again? Ah, she's pretending to be asleep. Replaying, living through a blizzard in the same kind of shelter. Huh. And they can't exactly just go follow it back if the rope is all over the place. It's amazing to think that she had survived that long in a blizzard and not succumb to some hypothermia, and to still be coherent enough to make that call over the radio. But also, she was in a place where she could see the landscape around her, so maybe not have fallen down any gorges. Difficult question to answer. But at least they're all here for one another. But how does she feel about it? So many mixed emotions. Quite. Or the rainforest, or Birmingham. They're all equally as dangerous. And now, breaking into a whole new reason to have been here. The artistry of being able to use the cold temperature for one reason or another. They each had their own reasons for being here, but in the end, we're not there yet, but you couldn't have. You couldn't wish for better, really. Having those to push you forward when you're wavering. It's still get a kind of lump on my chest thinking about the fact of she just said all these, like we just heard, messages to her over the years as a way to keep connected to her. I don't think you really need to think too hard about it. I mean, we all knew without it being aired. Where are they running through? Well, it has been untouched, I guess. What are they hoping to find here? I mean, true, they have reached it. They've got further and closer than they would ever be. But the fact that she's accepted that it's fine just getting here means that it's. I think they've just found the answer. Well, that's pretty good proof. A frosted photo, and I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it's a laptop. Oh, it's a laptop. But yeah, finding her mother's belongings like that on a laptop. I wonder if there's going to be anything on it for before the disappearance. That yeah, this might be best just to leave. Does it even work? Yes, might be best to leave her to it. Well, we now know her. We don't know the password. Do we have the hints? Also, I really like just it is just the Windows. What was that? Windows 8, Windows Vista. I can't remember. She's in Hacker Man. Oh God. Is it just going to be thousands? Don't tell me they're coming in chronologically as well. All like individually instead of all one big lump. Holy fuck. The years of data suddenly being sent through. And even more so that none of them. Now she's got to live with the fact that none of them reached her because they're all only now just being delivered. But seeing 500, 600, 800 just unread. Out of everything they could have come across, I guess this is the best full closure she could have had for the moment. Why was she out there in the blizzard? I know it said that it's possible that she just slipped or went back for something. Fuck. I expected something of the like. I didn't think it would be Well, actually, I kind of did. We were on episode 12. I kind of expected it to be in this episode, but to deal with it to this extent and to have the constant roll of new emails, new messages that would never reach their recipient. If they had found the laptop, which for some reason would have been powered on or whatever, and all the emails were already there, it wouldn't have nearly hit quite as wrenching as it was, because it was that you've heard the news, so you email her every day or any event to let her know how it's going on, and it's now a sudden freight train of finality, closure. And yes, the other girls found the laptop on it, but did they tell the captain and the others that they had found this? Or is it, that should I say go through it first and then we'll see from there? Also, very good that they addressed my kind of caution. Is like, we've got these procedures, don't stray away from the rope, always stay attached to it, go in buddy pairs kind of thing. They were doing it back then as well. It's just one of them went missing, even with all of that care and safety procedures. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of stun-locked about it, because I think we all expected we'd have to cross this bridge eventually. But it being relegated to the last 4 minutes odd of the episode, and then also just being that hopeful, we've got to do it, we've got to find something for you, and then we ran straight into a brick wall of her finally breaking her I'm not feeling anything, I feel too normal, it's not right, and there we go. Floodgates have opened, there's no shutting that off. She's definitely not going to feel the same after this trip now. There's so much that I have, well, not regretted in my life, but would have wished for closure on some things. Being able to talk to my grandparents before they died would have been a big thing. Many of my friends, which have kind of, well, you know how that goes, especially some which were taken far too soon. But to hold on to some sort of hope, no matter how minute, or to hold on to some coping mechanism like the sending emails every day, I do not know enough about psychology to know if that's healthy or not. But Jesus Christ. Having that, as I said, closure to it all, now she can finally kind of start to process it properly and move on. So at least there's that for her. I think she'll get a leave of absence or whatever to, not have to do any more of the tasks and experiments and set up and building. Or if they'll try and drag her along to it, you're not sitting in your room for several months. Yes, I'm talking bollocks. I don't know what to do now. Fuck me, this... It was very tastefully done. I couldn't think of another way that they would have... Unless it's the thing that would have been closest to her, that we can have some sort of furtherance to the story to it without it being grotesque or, oh, you found her helmet with her name on it. We now know she's there, but that's it. So yeah, this... I really hope she didn't go, like, leave the line and want to go find the laptop. Because they found it just in fucking snow caverns of the base that was here before. If somehow you enjoyed this episode, let me know. I'm going to take a prolonged break now, and I'm not entirely sure. But if you've enjoyed it, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more. Jump onto my Discord for notifications when new videos do get released. But appreciate those that are around you. Get some rest, and I really hope to see you for the next one.